I'm trying to remember who we got. Oh, we got,
You're trying to introduce them.
Yes, I'm trying to remember how to introduce them. It's Cam.
We're talking about-
we got Cam on the show, and we got Prod on the show.
Prod.
Yeah, I had to remember the names. You know, we've done so many of the shows, and so many names,
talking about,
mate.
mate?
And then we got,
They're there.
I even forgot
you
the
know,
names, so
I'm looking at it. It's right there.
I'm too busy looking at our success, mate. I don't have
The
time to
group
be
chat's
looking.
even titled. I don't like the connotations of this naked map anymore.
Anyways, on a somewhat related topic, if I was to pitch an idea to you, you just tell me, because you know, successful film career here, you just tell me if this sounds like a good idea. So we start with our main character, and he's struggling, and he's middle-aged, and he's got a cow head, and he really wants to be a sheep. And so he goes to himself and he goes, man, I really want to be a sheep. And he's got a cow head, so what's he gonna do? So he goes and he's looking for different ways to transform his head into a sheep head. And then eventually someone comes in and says, you can't do it. You just can't do it. Are you writing this down? Yeah, this is great. Because
This was for free.
he gets told he can't do it, and then eventually, and I don't know, something happens in the middle, some more conflict happens, you know, some more, you know, tears.
Yeah,
we're
then this third act.
tear jerking. And the third act here is he's gonna go up and he's like, you know, fine, I defy you, and then he jumps off a building and falls on someone. The end.
I see. So crap, your native land, you're from New Zealand, is that correct? From your accent?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good year on you, because sometimes people say Australian, and that's extremely offensive. So actually, props
this
to you.
man
Very
is a Kiwi.
offensive to me as well.
Yeah, props to you. Props to you.
Yeah, we know your opinions on New Zealand is Prod.
That's
Well,
right.
I say that because this sounds like a story that could appeal in New Zealand, land of the sheep herding.
So what you're saying is this idea's got some merit then, you know?
Right. I would say another facet of
I wonder how many
filmmaking.
New Zealander settlers were from Wales.
You should make films for the right audience too. If you make something for the wrong audience and you show it to the wrong audience, well, you're gonna think that no one likes it. But I feel like you have something that has a niche.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm learning a lot here because we showed our horse movie to, you know, a bunch of animal rights activists. So we thought that would enhance the humor, but maybe I'm hearing maybe not the
You know,
strongest
like
idea.
in an ironic way.
Hey, I mean, New Zealand's coming up. You know, Taika's coming out of there. He's representing Lord of the Rings.
Taika. Every time, gotta hear about Taika. Good for
Avatar.
Taika.
You know,
Good
James
for him.
Cameron's back. He's filming again.
Yeah, well,
They're
you know.
gonna finish it this time.
Yeah, but that's another example of like,
It's
you know,
happening.
American Hollywood coming in and just ruling our film industry. I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
Ever since Peter Jackson, I mean, the thugs have just come in. Yeah, we got to give them the incentives they want. We can't unionize here. I mean, I don't want to get into it because it's real political, but like, it's just, can we just make some Kiwi films for Kiwis is what I'm saying.
That's probably one of the funnier things of like spaghetti westerns, where Italy passed a law in the 1950s and 60s that required Hollywood productions in their country to, what was it, like have like at least 60 or 70% local
Crew,
crew.
Yeah, because it's like Hollywood will just eat you whole, man. You gotta, it's difficult. I don't want to get into it. It's real controversial. And our show is not controversial. Our show is light and happy and fun. So, you know. we're not gonna-
Soft and sweet.
Yeah.
You know what?
Not bittersweet.
Crap.
All sweet, no bitter.
You know what you could do? You know how New Zealand's always excluded from world maps? This is like a common thing. There's an entire subreddit to it with like maps where New Zealand's cut off. You can do documenting that struggle.
Yeah, that's not a
And
bad
about
idea.
birds not existing.
That's a bad idea because if we are on the map, it's always like, you know, the shape's kind of wrong, you know, the size is kind of wrong, the scale's wrong. Russia gets to be gigantic, but New Zealand, you know, we get forgotten or we get a little bit. That's true. We should really get on to know about
Or
it.
worse, they just think you're Australia.
It's not even green.
Now let me pitch it back to you then. So, you know, go back to our comedy because we
Oh, he's
always want it to be
bouncing the
funny.
ball back.
Yeah, here we go. Let's pass it back. What if
There
it's
he
a
goes again.
sentient map, and he wants to get, you know, a
And
bigger
he
New
lives
Zealand
in the
on him?
backpack of a 5-year-old.
Well, yeah, and we can put him in the back of a
That is
5-year-old.
genius.
And we could say the 5-year-old is wants to teach a foreign language because we're gonna market this to either
Right,
English speakers.
French.
Yeah, I would say it's a 5-year-old French boy trying to teach French to an English audience who's got a sentient map that doesn't have New Zealand on it, and he's traveling around the world to talk to all the biggest globe makers, all the biggest
And he has
almanacs.
a pet dog companion, right? I think that's right.
Wait.
Yeah, we get a pet dog.
You are missing something integral. You need an antagonist. You need someone who would want to steal this map from the backpack.
Yes, someone to swoop in. We'll call him Swooper.
Swooper.
And he will swoop away this sentient map. And the sentient map not only guides our protagonist, but it also is the key to everything. I mean, once New Zealand gets put on that map, game one. I mean, that's like the capture the flag. We'll call that our MacGuffin. So yeah. We'll have a swooper. I think a swooper, because we're targeting this to a certain age group, but let's say, teenagers.
Oh yeah, let's talk audience here.
Yeah, I'd say teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah. So we need, I think, something kind of cut, maybe like a werewolf.
Right.
I think the map's gonna be very conservative. It's gonna want to cover itself up, which is gonna be a bit of conflict because the boy is always gonna need to look at the map, and the map's like, I don't want to expose myself to you.
The map is very shy.
Yeah, no, he stays curled up. I don't want to. It's got like a bow tie on, and it's got
Buy me dinner first.
Yeah, movie and a dinner,
yeah.
please. And the 5-year-old's like, oh, and it's like, and we'll put some
I
subtitles
haven't
in.
had enough to drink to open
and
up to you.
It's like, I don't have time. Quickly, the gang is after us. They're trying to make sure New Zealand never gets recognized. Don't you understand? How am I supposed to get all these French words to these English kids in time?
Wait, it can't be a straightforward plot. I think the better structure for this is to have 3 different obstacles that you occur throughout the
Okay.
story, right?
For each act, or are we going to overlap them?
Okay.
You're
got
the
this.
filmmaker here, so yeah.
First obstacle, volcano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so go to volcano.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So then, we need 2 more. Are they all location based, or can they be
No.
action based?
Well, the first one's the volcano, and maybe you have Swooper.
Yeah.
Well, would you want Swooper as the third and final? Or maybe something that Swooper's done. Maybe he's...
Yeah, I think Swooper's always got to be like that like looming threat, and then like near the second act of the end of the second act, like that crisis point of your movie, then he comes in and like you got to guide the audience to find. It'll be interactive, like count out, point out Swooper to stop him from swooping.
You know,
Maybe-
Crop, that's a good
endpoint.
idea. That's how you differentiate yourself if you make the film interactive.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
different.
very meta. Yeah, it'll be very meta. It'll be very,
I
very
have an idea.
self-reflexive.
Okay. The map and the French boy have a disagreement, an argument of some kind.
And they go their separate
in the
ways.
second act, and then it's a interpersonal like relationship kind of obstacle for the second act.
Okay,
Like-
now I'm just gonna. Here's the thing: it's a 5-year-old boy, and it's a map. It's a sentient
Yes.
map trying to get New Zealand on it. And I'm not. I'm just saying there might be some problematic themes here now that I'm thinking about it, because the boy isn't trying to get this map to expose itself to it. And are we trying to say
Yeah, I
that's a
don't-
good thing, or are we trying to
What's
say
kinda-
like what are we trying to say
I don't-
here?
We could get rid of that because
Well, if the map is sentient, right? I feel like.
Yeah.
That is what it is. I mean, it is naked in its own right, and it will be exposing
on.
itself when it's seen. I mean, I think like we all agree on this point. I think that's well documented. The map clearly is naked, isn't it? Like the map on its own is a naked map. I mean,
it
there's
has
nothing on
drawings
it.
on it though.
Well, it's like tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is exposing
Things
itself.
are
I mean,
getting
it's
real
completely.
raunchy up in here.
I'm not trying to make the idea raunchy. I'm just saying, like, that's what it is. How are we going to get around this? Someone's going to notice it if we don't. Notice
Sometimes
it, and then we'll get
maps have
defunded.
tubes you put them in, I guess. Right.
Okay.
you,
Okay.
like,
So
you
it's in
sheathe your map.
tubes.
So
But still, to read the map, you have to take it out of the tube.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you take
Oh, yeah.
now you're
Yeah.
now you're stripping the map.
Yeah.
That's even worse. That's even worse. If
Oh
you
no, we've already talked about it. It lives in a backpack.
Okay,
We can
okay.
explain that the boy and the map have a very strong, intimate, positive relationship, and that's why the map's okay with exposing itself to the boy, but no one
Right.
else.
Yeah. So he has to
Okay.
do it in private. That's kind of where the
they
dodginess
like-
comes from.
Are they like? Is it like a pet relationship or like
Could be friends. Why
friends?
not?
Friends exposing each other? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never done that?
It's a little uncomfortable now that I think about it, but it being a sentient
the one
map,
making it
there's
uncomfortable.
No, it being a sentient map, I mean, how else am I supposed to think about it? It is naked in its own right, intrinsically, and that is what it is. I can't get around
No, I
that.
don't think they think about that.
Well, No, but it depends
I
on the
think
audience.
it's because the map is always naked that they just ignore
wait,
it.
crap,
I think
crap,
a teenage
how-
audience will definitely be looking at this.
Crowd-
And they will be,
You're
they
getting
will be
fixated
noting
on
it.
this nakedness thing, I
When
think,
the sexy werewolf comes in to
Why does
swoop
it
it,
have to be-
they're definitely going to notice it. Okay? It's just what it is. Our age demographic. Yeah.
How open-minded is New Zealand to nudity of?
New Zealand, we go back and forth. I think we want to think we're liberal, on this kind of issues, but I feel like we're not really going to push the envelope, compared to anywhere else in the world.
yeah, well, just naked maps don't seem like that big of an issue.
Well, see, no, I'm not thinking it's going to be an issue with the censors. I think it's going to be an issue with the online bloggers who really can take your film. Because I think the interpretation, the think pieces that will be written on this will be quite problematic for us if we don't
there's a simple
solve this issue.
solution. You just say, get your mind out of the gutter. You're the one who thought of it, not us.
Okay, so we say it's up to interpretation. It's a naked map, but don't think about it. And we just move on. We don't even... Super comes in and he's so sexy
Yeah,
that you don't worry
just don't
about it.
put in lines that sound like...
And for the love of all God,
I love
do
it when you
not
spread
include
open for me,
anatomy.
map.
Yeah, unravel for me. Show
Unravel for me.
yourself. Take that cover off. Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you like
we
it when I open
avoid
you
that.
up?
Yeah, we avoid that problematic language, and then people won't think about it.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
We're still doing phrasing, right? Just remember that every time you write a dialogue, just phrasing.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Wait, I'll tell you.
Right.
Are we still doing that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have kind of a plot and the character
Yeah, they go to the
interactions,
volcano, they'll go to the
now
bridge, they'll go to the house. Yeah, something like that.
let's get to where does the sexy werewolf come in?
Well, would that be the climate? I'm not trying to.
Wait, have we established why the werewolf wants the map?
He doesn't want. He's like with the. Okay, so there's a gang chasing them, and Swooper.
Oh, he wants to expose the map to himself.
He wants to get rid of New Zealand on the map, so he wants to make sure New Zealand can't be there. That'd be the
I
easiest,
don't like
right?
the connotations of this naked map anymore. I keep making these jokes I feel like are a bit too edgy.
Is this the last map that has New Zealand on it? Every other map in the world doesn't have New Zealand on it, but this one map does. He's trying
and
to
this
make
map's
sure.
trying to, I guess the goal then would be to expose itself to as many maps as possible, so that they
See,
can also get the New Zealand tattoo.
You've spoiled this idea with me for bringing in the naked concept because I can't stop thinking about it.
Wait,
See?
how do
no,
how do
phrasing.
maps-
We just went over this. Phrasing. I tell you, phrasing.
I know
Get
that's
your
how we
mind,
fix it,
Get
but
your
I
mind
can't
out of the
stop
gutter.
thinking
Remember,
about it
remember,
now
get
that
your mind out
it's
of the gutter.
there. You've
Take your
put it
mind,
out there,
take your thinking,
and
and
I
get it out of the gutter.
can't-
Remember
You've
5 seconds
you've,
ago?
you've
Do you
punted
remember
my head
5
into the
seconds
gutter,
ago?
and
No,
I can't
take
get
it
it
out.
out.
Take it out. Get your mind. That's your problem. It's not my intent. Remember.
I'm gonna drag you down with me now.
No, I'm not being in the gutter. I don't do the gutter, okay? I'm above the gutter. I'm in the attic. I'm so above it. I don't even, I'm inside. I'm not even exposed
You're on the
to
tower.
elements.
You're up on the spire already.
No, I'm inside a pure insulated, environment of pure creativity, and this map needs to
You're
get
rocking
New Zealand
back and forth in your
exposed.
straitjacket.
No, New Zealand needs to be shown. This is a right national issue that
Stop using the
Cam
word
brought up.
exposed.
And he needs to expose it to as many maps as possible. He needs to just keep unraveling itself to as many maps as he finds. And then they just can't get it out of their head, so they also get it on themselves. And
I'm
it, like,
done with your
assimilates.
double entendre.
There's no double entendre. There's one entendre, singular entendre. Un entendre. That's one of the first words.
Entendre.
That's one of the first words that the French boy would teach you. Un entendre. And then the boy would go off from there. He'd also have a sentient French loaf with him that he would always want to eat, but he wouldn't eat. That's a whole different issue, though.
Okay. That's actually his weapon, I'd assume. He fights with the baguette.
Yeah. And he takes it and, but then he wants to eat it sometimes, and it's a whole issue. The baguette just wants to, settle down, have a wife.
We have, and here's an idea for a French stereotype joke is like he's emptying out his backpack and a white flag falls out or something and he's just like, what's that?
Oh,
And be like,
yes.
oh,
Yeah,
you see, you think that'd be for surrendering, but actually that's a build your own flag kit I'm working on.
No, it's making part of like his arsenal. So like the white flag falls out and everyone's like, French boy can't fight. But then it transforms into like a sword or something. And then he takes that and the baguette as like a shield. And he goes.
Oh, that could be
battle.
perfect for the trailer.
Yes. That would be like a
scene
good.
for the
That'd be a
trailer.
good. That'd be a good like end tag or whatever. You know, you had this big epic trailer. You know, Je suis Laurent.
And then you have the big bassy hit sounds when he like knocks a bunch of people around with like
and then it's like May,
and then it cuts back to the surprised cast where they're like, and then he makes some quip.
Yeah. And then,
then the trailer ends.
You do like, May 5th, 2023 or whatever, coming, then, and then you cut back to it and, he drops the backpack, Wetfly pops out, and he's like, really? I will teach you. And then he, transforms, and then, takes a baguette and, a couple quick shots and people would go flock to it. They'd flock to it. And then we'd say, like, expose yourself, May 5th, 2023.
There he goes again.
Is this how...
Find your way.
Is this how your films are?
Find your way.
No,
how about that?
No, get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Way.
Take it out of the gutter. It's planted in the gutter, and it's not my fault that it's in the gutter. I didn't tell you to put it in the gutter. I didn't install a gutter. I don't even have a gutter. You put it in the gutter. Take it out. It's not my gutter. It's not my problem. Okay?
I blame you still.
And I don't want to embarrass myself here, but Cam, would you be interested in directing such a movie? If you have time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure. It's not.
He asks very sheepishly.
It's not it's not a big deal. But if you can fit it
No
in your
pun
schedule,
intended.
you don't have to say yes. I'll cut this part out. I won't include this part.
I will provide the music.
Do you have casting ideas already for this film?
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen for the 5-year-old boy. We just got to give him a French accent, but I think a dialect coach could probably do that for us.
Who's going to play the map? What gender is the map? Would we establish?
Daniel Day-Lewis will play the map.
Okay, yeah, we get Daniel Day-Lewis for the map, and we get Scarlett Johansson for the baguette.
Oh, the baguette can talk.
Yeah, the baguette can talk. Yeah, it's
okay.
Baguette. Yeah,
Gotcha.
But also like a weapon of choice. And then who are we gonna get for the
Swooper?
For Swooper?
Yeah.
What's his name? Not Joker, but like the Suicide Squad one.
Oh, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, yes, Jared Leto is.
He would be good. Yeah, he could pull that one off. Okay. Yeah, so we got Jared Leto playing Swooper. We got Viggo Mortensen playing the French boy, who's teaching French to the English. And then we got, what we got?
Digital de-aging, of
That's
course.
the map.
We got Daniel Day-Lewis as the map. Yeah, is this a mocap role? Because we're pretty big with mocap here. We like to lean
That's
into
right.
it,
Are you gonna? Do you have it in with Weta Digital?
Yeah. No, I think PJ would really get a kick out of this one. So I think I could probably get us in.
If you got those people, I'd be in.
Okay.
I can get my
Okay,
people in
alright.
there too. If you got those people in, my people will be in.
Okay. All right.
You get my people, I get your people.
All right. Thank you guys for being on the show.
It's time for the outro. Thank you for coming.
We'll get you
Love
guys on
having
again, and we'll get that movie going. Are you guys ready for the credits then?
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's begin.
All right.
This is the credits?
Fine. I will already. Jeez.